What's going on, bottom line viewers? It's Mitch back here with another NFL record prediction. And in this video, I'm going to break down the exciting Arizona Cardinals for the 2020 season. I'm going to break down their schedule, give you my record prediction for their 2020 regular season, and break down whether or not Cliff Kingsbury, Kyler Murray in their second season can truly break out, and if they are one of the breakout teams of 2020 or if they're one season away. Before I do break down the Cardinals schedule, make sure you do spike the like button, subscribe to The Bottom Line View for more NFL videos just like this, and comment below your opinion. Let me know in the comment section what you think of Kyler Murray and the Cardinals in 2020. You think this is a team that you should be looking out for, or do you think they still have a couple holes that they need to work out and you're not quite sure yet? All right, let's dive into this schedule. Starting off week number 1, they play a really tough test in the reigning NFC champions, the San Francisco 49ers. But I will say this. I think the Cardinals, they lost both games to the 49ers last year. They were both very competitive, very close, went down to the wire. And I do think Kyler Murray and his play style gives him a really tough matchup for the 49ers. And I think the 49ers, one of their big things this year, what they need to fix, personally, is they need to fix their ability to defend mobile quarterbacks. Because they got to see Russell twice, and they got to see Kyler twice. And that's been sort of a flaw in their defensive scheme. So I think Arizona beats them once this year. I think somehow, some way, with Arizona's improvement, they find a way to beat them once this year. And a lot of that has to do with Kyler. So they will lose the first game, but win in week 16. I think Arizona is able to beat Washington at home in week 2. I have right now, this is kind of like the one that I'm really debating back and forth, the Detroit-Arizona matchup. They played last year and it was a tie, so you can understand why I'm debating, because I think Detroit has gotten better. I think Arizona has gotten better. I think both quarterbacks are really awesome to watch, and it should be an exciting game. Right now, I have Detroit winning the game. I could definitely change my mind on that depending on going into the season. But as for now, I think Detroit just slightly has the better secondary ability to cover, and I think that gives them the slight advantage. Week 4, they play Carolina. I have Arizona winning that game. Carolina's just not a very good team. They're young, they're fast. Maybe their college experience, that will give them an edge on Cliff, but I'm not exactly sure. Week 5, they play the Jets. I think that's a bad matchup for the Jets, and the Cards will win. So that's 3-2 right now, not looking so bad. But then they play 2 tough tests before their bye week. They go to Dallas on Monday Night Football, and then they play Seattle at home in week 7. So I think I have Seattle splitting with Arizona. And I'm going to say before their bye week, they get a huge win over Seattle, and Dallas beats them at home on Monday night. I think Dallas just has too many weapons for the Cardinals defense, which is a young unit still growing. And then in week 7, I think it's toe-to-toe, Kyler versus Russ, and it's a shootout. And I think the Cardinals win one of those games. So let's say the Cardinals win week 7 and Seattle week 11, whatever. Either way, they split. Week 9, Miami, Arizona. I think this game will be close because I think Miami's one of the few teams that can actually cover Arizona and all their weapons and all their receivers. But I'm just going to say that Kyler is just too much of a baller and a playmaker to lose to the Miami. So I'm going to say that Arizona wins after their bye week and their prep. Week 10, they play Buffalo. I think Buffalo should win this game. They're just the better team overall. They have a very fast defense, which I think helps them versus teams like Seattle, Arizona, mobile quarterbacks, and Sean McDermott's really awesome. Week 12, New England. This game could go either way as well. I think if the Cardinals are a playoff team this year, this is the type of game they should win, even though it's in New England. But because New England doesn't have Tom Brady anymore, it's definitely a winnable matchup. But it's, again, in New England, and it's playing the best pass defense in the league. So right now I have New England winning that game, but you could sway me if you give me a good opinion. Week 13, the Rams at Arizona. I think they split with the Rams, although if the Cardinals are truly an elite team, then they should be able to sweep the Rams. I think the problem I have with the Cardinals right now, when playing the Rams is their ability to block the Rams, because the Cardinals just don't have a good offensive line, and it hasn't been fixed. Week 14, they play the Giants. I think the Giants will actually beat them at home because the Cardinals will have to travel, and this is an East Coast team. The Giants are a team that can win shootout games because they have a lot of weapons. They have Saquon, they have Evan Ingram, Sterling Shepard. Daniel Jones is being slept on. He's a good player. I have the Cardinals right now going 7-9 and losing to Philadelphia. There are some games, though, as I break down their schedule, I could definitely see this team being a breakout team. It really depends on the development of Kyler Murray, how much better their offensive line gets, because they have the weapons, they have the offensive scheme that I really enjoy watching, and I think it's an awesome scheme, and I think it's very unique, which gives them a matchup on a lot of teams that helps. And really their defense is and should be better. They've improved all levels of their defense this offseason. I don't think it's an elite unit, which kind of holds me back from saying, hey, this team truly is a playoff team. But would I be shocked if they made the playoffs? No, absolutely not. I think if they can find a way to sweep the Rams, if they can beat the Giants, if they can beat New England or Detroit, let's say, and they lose to New England, whatever, they could be 10-6. It's as simple as that. So really, even if they lose to Seattle once, the 49ers once, Philly, Dallas, Buffalo, the teams that, most people would think they would lose to, that's still 10-6. And if they, they could beat New England, so that's 11-5, this team has a high ceiling. So really with this team, right now, I have them at 7-9, 8-8 range, but I could see them being as good as 11-5. I think their floor is probably 6-10, and their ceiling is 11-5. So it's a really wide margin. Let me know in the comment section what side you're on. Do you think the Cardinals are closer to 10 wins, double digits, or do you think they're closer to 7 or 8 wins, kind of like an average team? The reason why I have them at the 7-9, for a little bit of an explanation, is I think their offensive line is still very skeptical to me. Their defense is just average, as I brought up, and I think their division is really good. So that also hurts. And the schedule is not easy. So those are the reasons, but it really depends on Kyler. All right, guys, Gronk spike the like button. Subscribe to the channel for more NFL. It's Mitch. Peace.